Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Devin. We farm in south central Wisconsin, and this is my channel. So if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it. Comment um, for all of you. If you want to see something, anything, want me to talk about anything, put it in the comments, and also like the video. That helps me out a lot. Today's video, we are going upstairs in the dairy barn. We got the lime barn or the granary, and then the hay barn in the big barn. So uh, yeah, so let's head on up there, and I'll show you that. So quickly before I go into the feed room, which is beyond this door, there's actually a doorway in here, which goes into a silo. So that's a silo there, and then actually this was here before this was. That silo was the first silo on the farm, I believe. I believe it was corn silage. It was corn silage for the winter feeding. Before we had that uh, little room on the side on the big barn where we dumped the feed in, they'd actually pitched the silo empty, pushed the carts in, or however they did it, pitched it into the carts and fed the cows. There's our 16 by 70 high moisture corn. Um, that is full. We're going to open that up here in 5 weeks, I believe he figured. And then I believe they put that silo up, and then they put this little lean-to shed. There's 2 doors that can swing shut. When we milked, they would get swung shut. And then we run our distiller's pile down there for when he's feeding out of here. This all needs to get cleaned up, deep cleaned, mineral bags, stuff like that. And then there's these stairs here. This is going up into the little barn. This is also kind of a mess up here. We don't use this space a lot. That's the distiller's auger going down into that pile. And then we got 2 basketball hoop up there. We play a lot of basketball up here before milking and whatnot. We'd never really utilize this space too much. We got 2 bins here. We had soybean meal in this, which we don't use anymore. I might actually, looking at it, we'll figure it out. We got some distillers in here. We haven't been feeding too much distillers lately. Looks like we got a little bit of a snow problem there, which we'll have to scoop out or something. We got some, I remember these being used when I was little. This whole barn was full of oats. My grandpa used to say they used to fill this up. I think they filled it up with barley, because we used to well, I guess I shouldn't say we, but my family used to grow a lot of oats and barley. So I think they would do is they'd fill it up with barley, and then some guy would come and he would empty this out. There's 2 holes. There's at least 2 holes in the floor. There's one. There's a little hole there, and somewhere where I'm standing, there's another hole with a little slide on it. These are 2 bins, never used. I wanted to utilize them a little bit, never got there. But probably close to 6 or 7 years ago, I finally cleaned all the oats out of here. There was, I don't know what there was, maybe probably a gravity box full that they just sat here. I don't know what the deal was. but in a way it was insulation, so I think that's kind of why they let them here. And then I actually cut a hole in the floor there. I put a hay chute. I used to put hay up here um, when we did more little bales. Um, there's two doors here. There's that new shed where the bull barn was, and the 20 by 50s right there. Not a whole lot more up here. So here's the big barn. We're gonna go in here. So this barn is full of alfalfa hay, alfalfa grass hay. I think there's some straw there. So starting over here, this is all chopped straw. These two big pot. This was like full of chopped straw when we did the dairy. I still use it quite often, actually. I'm slowly making a dent in it. There's some little bales of straw here. Used to pack a lot of hay in here as well when we did little bales. There's a project I started. It's actually an old, it's not an old feed bin. I had a little feed bin. I was going to make it bigger and whatever else. There's the ladder. I should get out of here. Here's a straw chute. What we use to throw the straw down into, actually we'd feed, and then we'd do the straw. We throw it down into the carts. There's a door there which goes down to the yard. Right below that is that little room that we dump the silage into. We used to set the blower up down there, and actually the blower pipe's still there, which we used to use to blow it in here. I want to say my dad said we even set the blower up out there once in a while. I don't ever remember that. I guess it depended on how much we had that year. So when I was little, and we milked the cows, we used to all our hay. Besides a couple years, we did start towards the end. We did some big squares, but we did a lot of little squares. We pretty well. My dad said when he was little, they filled this barn to the roof. That was before haylage and all that. This is a really cool part of our barn here. It's actually a homemade bale elevator, and I don't know how well I'm going to be able to show this. What we used to do, we got that 6260 Deutz, and before that it was a little Oliver, I believe. They'd drive the tractor right up in here, pretty well all the way to that wall, and the front of the wagon would line perfectly with that elevator, and we'd throw the hay on the elevator, and it would go all the way up, and somehow I think there's some things there. There's a couple of them. I think my dad could hook them in there, and I think what it would do is it would tip the bale off, so we could put it wherever we wanted. There's, going over to the far end here, the end is up there. I can't see too well with the light, but we could go all the way to the end, or he could adjust it so it'd fall right here. I always really enjoyed doing that as a kid, but at that time I probably wasn't doing a whole lot of nothing. This door was put in well, probably quite a few years ago now. Actually there was hinge doors in there before that, and we started packing corn stalks in here, or hay. Actually, I guess it would have been hay when we started doing the big squares. There was a few years there where we small baled all our straw
to be sold. Oh, we had this full. We had a lot of straw in here for a while there. Um, that was back a few years ago. After we sold the cows, and we still did wheat. We little baled all our straw. We probably baled probably a few thousand bales. Um, you probably still can't see it, but that's the motor for that. And then it would throw it off, and it would land. Kind of where that pile is. That's actually hay yet from when we did that. I'd like to get this all cleaned out, but I'm gonna have to. We'll probably cut this beam out so I can get in there. We could actually put um, probably big squares in there to a degree. I don't want to. I don't want to send something through the floor. Um. Oh, what else? So yeah, we got hay. We got there's actually some little bales that need to go up into the calf barn when I get to it. Here's a hay chute. We used to throw hay down for the cows, mainly at night, I believe. Um, hmm. Probably got enough video. um. So yeah, that's pretty well the dairy barn. Um, I don't know what else to tell you. That's the tour. If you liked the video. If you want to see more of our farm, hit the subscribe button. At some point, I will be going over there. We'll walk through that barn. There's not a whole lot there to see, but um, and then I also want to do an equipment video, equipment, tractors, stuff like that. I don't know when I'm going to get to that, but um, yeah. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Um, Comment if you got any questions about anything, throw them down there, and yeah, I hope to see you next time.